Well, it's 6:01. We just lost, now we get two Richard Raymonds here. What's going on?
He must making a double attempt to get in.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't work like that.
no.
Technical difficulty.
We'll move the show on the road here. Richard Raymond, are you on? No. Oh, the mayor kicking in. We now have a quorum, so we can proceed. Call the meeting to order. Public is invited to participate, so forth and so on. Public is invited to participate in Zoom webinar. Topic discussion will be the municipal commission. Anybody wanting to come in, please do so. Okay. Moving right along, let's start at our previous month's minutes, including special meeting minutes, 2A, action items from previous minutes. Richard? You're still not on. Correspondence to the commission, Mr. Kettle.
No, I didn't get any.
Okay. We got a pen and check this stuff off. Okay, project review, Gail? Nick?
Yep. Just let me, I don't want to hold the space bar the whole time. Let me just unmute myself real quick.
Okay, Nick, before you get going, can I just, I need to say something. We're being joined tonight by Patrick Harries, my new chief of staff. He started on Monday. Patrick's there. Pat, you there?
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
there he is. Welcome him.
Yes, we do. Welcome.
I
Thank you
told
for
him
having
to
me.
make a large pot of coffee because this is such an exciting meeting. And
You finally fired AJ?
What are you trying to,
yeah, we finally fired him. That's right. We got rid of him. Yeah.
he's working in a junkyard now.
You talk about dead weight, boy, it's about time to get rid of him.
He's working in auto parts world. That's right. Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay,
Okay.
Nick, all yours.
Okay, so Gail is administering two projects on behalf of the commission. The first project is the runway 1432 reconstruction project. Again, any bullets that are black are holdovers from the previous month. So the project is complete. The final punch list has been completed with the exception of things like the sediment controls that still need to be removed. The FAA has requested that a change order be prepared to document the drainage correction that was done on the infield that had some ponding. So Gail has prepared that change order. It's already been signed by both Gail and the contractor, and I believe, Dan, that should be on its way to you for signatures as well.
Yeah.
So that is one of the final paperwork items that needs to be completed before closeout. The other item we're waiting on is the flight inspection. And late this afternoon, we received an email from FAA who said that the flight inspection would take place the week of November 2nd. And then they later confirmed that it would be on Wednesday, November 4th at 9:30 a.m. So I reached out to the contractor and they will have an electrician on site by 9 a.m. that day to double check everything and make sure it's operational and aimed properly. And then once that flight inspection occurs, you should have brand new nav aids that are ready to commission. So I don't believe they're already on, are they, Peter?
No.
Okay, so once that flight inspection is concluded, I think you can leave those pappies on for use full time.
Okay, excellent. Does that include the work for the approach plate finalization?
I believe that is going to be more subject to the next bullet. So I have
Oh,
here,
sorry.
The FAA is coordinating a meeting to review the airport's 5010 form, approach charts, chart supplements, airport diagram, AGIS data, etc., and all the other information that needs to be maintained in FAA's databases. The date of this meeting has been confirmed at this time, or has not been confirmed at this time, but we were talking about Wednesday the 4th as well. So Gail will attend that meeting with the airport and will provide whatever information FAA is looking for updated, 5010 forms or airport diagrams, things like that. And then the last bullet here is upon completion of the flight inspection, Gail will process closeout documentation and begin closeout procedures to close out the grant. So actions requested by the airport this month, please sign and forward the change order upon receipt, and Gail will provide the pre-addressed stamped envelopes to do so. Any questions on the runway project?
Yes.
Okay.
Does the implementation of the PAPIs and the reels and the approach plates change the minimums?
When FAA designs your new approaches, they will evaluate all of the information that we uploaded into AGIS for that as-built condition, and they'll design the best possible approach for your airport with the lowest minimums that they can.
Okay, because at the moment we've got some jets that won't fly in because the minimums are too high, or too low, I beg your pardon.
Okay, yeah, I think, and again, I'm not privy to how they design those approaches, but from what I've been told, they would give you the best possible approach.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Anybody got anything for him? Okay,
All right.
all right. Item 4, Fitchburg Pilot Association.
I'm sorry, I still have one more project.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Interrupt. The second project is the fuel farm project. And again, the only real update is that Mass DOT has raised several questions regarding the final quantities measured for payment. Gail prepared documentation of all field measurements and negotiations that have resulted in the final quantities indicated on the contractor's final pay rec. And this was actually sent to Mass DOT this afternoon. I did get an email from Owen as the meeting was about to begin, so I'll take a look at that first thing tomorrow, and if he needs anything else, we'll get that over to him. But I think moving forward, this project can be removed from the agenda, as I'm sure it'll be closed out by next month's meeting.
Can we leave it until next month, Nick? Because we've had a problem this past week where it wouldn't pump fuel again. And the
Really?
problem with the new solenoid. So they're deciding whether to change the solenoid or, just make sure that it's functioning correctly.
Okay, we can
So-
certainly leave it on the agenda.
Please, thank you.
All right. And then under other items, Gail is in receipt of the request for qualifications for the Fitchburg Municipal Airports Consulting Services contract, and we're looking forward to submitting our qualifications prior to the deadline on Tuesday, November 10th. And that's all. I've got.
Excellent.
Okay, airport master plan we have slated in your area. Is that something that you're working with?
You can't do that, Dan, because we don't have the new consultant in place yet.
Right, so
That's
I'm
what
just
Nick
crossing
was
that out.
referring
I got
to.
it. Okay,
So-
just wanted to find out what it was about.
Mhm.
Okay, item 4, Fitchburg Pilots Association. What do we got going there?
I don't think, is there anybody on from the Pilots Association?
No, I don't, Armin's not, no, okay,
Well, I did know they were trying to do a special meeting within the hangar
okay.
with people spaced at 6 feet as they're supposed to. I haven't had any response back from anybody there, so I don't know if Debbie's heard anything,
Okay,
how it went. No?
all right,
Okay.
scratch that up. New business, Joe Spinelli, Eric Sheffield, Paul Hathaway, and Vadim Gushan.
And plus now one today, a gentleman named Yuri Souza. Yuri Souza's a wealthy businessman in cars. He deals in exotic cars. And he would also like to be involved in any new builds of hangars to go onto the airport. So we've got 5 interested people who want to build at least 4,000 square feet hangars. That's 20,000 square feet. So one of the suggestions was that instead of them building individual ones, you build one big one and you have dividing walls in between, which is exactly the same, but it will take up less space, giving us more space to develop. Now, this is where we really need the consultant and the FAA to get involved, because I know it's got to go through the FAA before the airport master plan's built to get approval. And they're ready with money now. And I know one of the concerns of the mayor and also Vinny when we opened up the Pilots Association was that they're paying something like 29 cents a square foot, which is not a lot of money for a hangar that's 4,800 feet. But that's what was done at the time, just to get, you know, somebody onto the airport to show that we are developing the airport. Now, they said, what's our price going to be? Can we have the 29 cents? I said, no, you can't. I said, I believe it'll be something like between 50 cents and 75 cents. And they said, okay, that's not bad. So, you know, that's about $3,000-4,000 a year from all of them. So that's 20 grand immediately in that area.
You like that,
Um,
Your Honor?
You know what?
Yeah.
That's why you got the job. You know what I mean, Peter?
He, Mr. Mayor, he keeps
June the
saying
29th, boss.
June.
Thank
You.
you, thank you, thank you.
June.
Yes.
So yeah, we need to get people involved in that. And you all saw the types, because I sent numerous pictures to you all of the hangar that they would like to build. You all got copies of that. I hope you've all looked at it, because it looks like a really, really good hangar style. So it'll be that style, but based, you know, all 5 together now instead of individual ones. And personally, I thought that might be a good one to have at the end of 1-4, Nick, where we've got that spur going up, where at the moment we're showing 6 individual ones. Or we could put maybe those 5 plus a couple more now, because they're all going to be closer together. So, you know, that's one thing that I think we should be looking at. And I think the next steps, it's got to be approved by the commission, obviously. But do you need more information than what you've already got that I sent you out? Because there's a lot of information there with the style of the hangars and, you know, everything else, the materials to be used, the door styles, how they're going to open. They're not sliding doors. They could be hydraulic or what they call bifold doors. Instead of going straight out like this, they could do this and fold up like we've got on the T hangars. So there's a lot of information that really needs to be digested, and you guys come back and say, yes, you know, we should move forward with this. So do you want a month to look at what I sent you? Because there's a lot of information.
Yes.
Okay, so please, you know, in the agenda, sorry, in the write-up, Rich, just put, you know, extended by a month.
Peter, they all on board to join together and live under one hangar? Is that an idea that they brought to you, or you bring it to them?
No, I actually said to them, you know, it might be better to do that. And they had a meeting about it and they've all agreed. It's going to cost them less
Okay.
to build.
It
Now,
makes sense.
the caveat is they're prepared
makes sense.
to be involved in this, right? It's going to cost them a lot of money, maybe, I don't know, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 each,
Yeah.
maybe more. But they're saying we're not going to do this for 20 years. We want a minimum of 40 to 60 years, which I think is reasonable if they're paying that sort of money for their ground lease.
Yeah.
And as long as we build it into the actual agreement that they're going to have, that it's got this percentage increase every year, it's free money to the city. And if at the end of the 40 to 60 years, you've got 5 beautiful hangars, because they will really look after them because they're their own.
So what do you want from the commission tonight? You want an approval to move forward on this? Is that what you're looking for?
I want you to look at it and say, you know, yes, this is acceptable to the commission. I don't want you to just say it on what I'm saying tonight.
No,
I'd
I'm
like you
gonna look at it. I just wonder what you,
Yeah, we're looking for basically permission to move forwards, but it's got to go through then the city council, and then it's got to go to the FAA. I think that's the
Yeah.
protocol,
Yeah,
isn't it, Nick?
yeah,
Yeah, commission, city council, FAA.
right.
Correct.
How about if we
Okay.
take, let's do like we said before, move it a month. Let's take a look at it. And I want to, you know, I'll talk to you more about it so I fully understand it. So moving forward, if that's okay with you, Peter.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Hangar Improvement Magazine. Airport.
Yeah. If you remember, I advised you at the last meeting that there's a potential that we could get into a magazine.
Yeah,
Well, I proofread, and I think Nick proofread the document that they'd actually put out. It didn't have any photographs in it or anything, but there's going to be a beautiful photograph of Fitchburg Airport, the latest ones that Gail actually took. It's a beauty, that one is. I love
Yep.
that
Okay.
particular picture.
Okay.
And other photos of general views of the airport, and then the write-up of how and what's happened, you know, with the development of the new runway and any forthcoming things with the addition also now included is the new self-serve fuel farm. So it's a 3 or 4 page document, which is going to be really good. And the guy told me, the editor told me it'll be in this, November's publication.
Good.
So as soon as we get it, then I'll forward it to everybody and, you know, you can have a look and see what it's like.
Cool.
So it's really putting Fitchburg on the map, especially for the small jet community.
Good.
That's terrific, Peter. That's
Right.
great. And, yeah, let's move forward with that. That's a wonderful advancement. Great. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Now,
Hang it. Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
no.
Hang 10, the
Okay.
door.
Yeah, Hangar 10 door. You also saw all the Hangar 10 door proposals that I've managed to get from builders of doors, because basically that door is as old as the hangar and it's got heaves in it in the winter and it's extremely difficult to open.
Okay.
We had a go at trying to put the rails in, which we didn't succeed at. So after a week's work of intensive work, we've now got the doors operating pretty well. And all we've got to do is put seals on. But, you know, going forwards, Mr. Nagel, the subleased tenant there, is saying, look, I really want a new door because it doesn't complement my business at all. And he's right, because the inside looks terrible once you're inside the hangar. All the insulation's falling out. It looks horrible. So I sent you 3 different versions of doors.
Yep.
There was the bifold door. There was the main door that comes up like this. And then there's a door that comes up like that.
Yeah, the flat.
And believe it or not, that is the least expensive one. It's $21,500.
Those are, I've had experience with all those doors in the automobile type dealerships. And I like that door that folds up like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's $21,500 without installation.
Without installation.
Yes. So you've got maybe another 15 grand to install it. So you're looking at just under $40,000. And it's not in this year's budget. So can we add it to next year's budget? I know it's a little bit premature, but we're going to talk about a few good things that are going on a little bit later in the meeting. So,
Yeah,
you know, maybe we should say, yeah, we'll review it in 6 months' time.
I would think so.
That's just a proposal. It needs to be accepted by you guys, you know, put it back for 6 months.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
sorry I logged on late. It took me 40 minutes to log in.
Okay.
The hangar doors on hangar 10.
Yeah.
Why would we consider putting new doors on that building at all? Do the doors work now?
Just without the heaves that are going to happen in the winter. Because as soon as those rails move, the doors are going to lock, and then you're going to need crowbars to open them out. And the sort of business he's got, he has a plane in there for 4 or 5 days, as you know, Rich, and then he takes it out again. And it's going to be really difficult to, you know, to get those doors open.
Right. So I guess my question is, Mr. Nagel rents that hangar from Richard Corley.
Agreed?
Shouldn't Richard Corley address the doors?
Well, he's the tenant,
Hmm.
but we're the owner. We'll do what you guys, the commission, tell us to do.
I mean, I hate to tell anybody no, and I'd like to put hangar doors on, but I want my money back in less than 5 years.
Okay, so then, you know, the actual rent goes up accordingly.
Right.
Bring it into a return on investment.
So
Fine.
we need to talk to Richard Corley and not the subtenant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, why don't we do that? Can we do that?
Can what, sorry?
Can we talk to Richard Corley?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
Of course you can. If you, I can send you his email address and his telephone number.
Okay. All right. I'm making a,
And it'd be around $1,100 a month extra over the next 3 years.
Yeah, would.
okay. All right. Item D, Ipanema Productions.
Bear with me a minute.
Yeah.
You guys know that we have Ipanema coming in twice, 2 or 3 times a year and running shows where we get $2,000 a day. So normally they will actually come in on the Friday to set up, $2,000, Saturday to have the event, $2,000, Sunday to clear up. So it's $6,000 each session. Now, because of COVID this year, we couldn't do it, obviously, but he's actually come back with a proposal that he asked me to provide you guys. May the 22nd, Saturday, rodeo and a concert. That's the setup. Sunday is the event. And then May the 24th is the breakdown. That's the first event. The second event is January, February, March, April, May, June. July the 24th, Saturday to set up the concert, Sunday, the event day, and Monday to break down. So you're looking at 2 basic dates, 5/22 and 7/24.
Well, this is all predicated on the fact that we're going to be able to hold them because of COVID, right?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I think, you know, it's what, 6 months away.
Yeah.
Hopefully things will be better by then. And if we, I mean, because he's just looking at getting the permits and things. So, you know, if he got the permit with the caveat that the permit can be extended another 6 months, if he's paying the money, then he's happy with that.
So you want from us approval to do it?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically a vote and approval.
All right. Looking for a motion.
Make a motion.
Do I have a second? Do I have a second, Rich?
Second, I second it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Peter, hangers 2, 3, 12, and 13 roofs.
Yeah, every single one of these roofs, incidentally, we did try and fix hangar 10, which is Nagel's hangar, because his roof was leaking terribly, you know, before we actually did the work.
Yeah.
Now, just this week, there's 3 spots where it's leaking. So we've got to get up onto the roof to repair that.
Okay.
Now, this all ties in with hangars 2, 3, 12, and 13. All of those hangars leak terribly. So we rented a boom lift, an articulating boom lift, at a price of $2,500, but for a month. So within that month, hopefully the weather's going to be kind to us and we can get up there and repair those roofs.
Okay.
Now, the guys in those hangars, 2, 3, 12, 13, are paying anywhere from $170 to $250 a month to keep their airplanes in there. And it's not fair to expect them to pay that money if the roofs are leaking all over them. So I did send, Mr. Mayor, I did send an email out to a couple of the other departments asking if it would be a good idea if we purchase one together and split it among the budgets for next year, because I'm sure the DPW, the airport, the water, the wastewater works, they're always doing repairs and bringing in boom lifts to go over the top of the wastewater areas. So it may be less expensive for us to purchase one and share it amongst us than people going out and renting one whenever they need it. It was just a thought. I haven't had an answer back from anybody, but it was a, you know, a thought and a proposal.
Peter,
So-
do we know the extent of the problems in these roofs?
It's old roofs. Basically, the majority of them have got screws going down with a neoprene washer underneath them. And over time with UV light, heat, cold, everything, they start to crack. And as soon as they crack, you've got a gap going down between the screw and
So what's the repair process? Just,
all new screws
Yeah,
and new washers.
so it's not
and
a
then-
whole roof though.
Sorry?
It's not it's not an entire roof.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It just needs labor and the screws and the neoprene washers, and then a coating of like a bitumen coating initially over the screws, and then a spray of a roof spray over the top of it. And the total to do each roof individually is about $900 for the paint and everything,
Okay.
which is not a bad deal,
Not bad.
you know, because
Yeah.
I think it cost us $35,000 to do Hangar 7, if you remember, in Twin City Air Motor.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a proper rubber coating. I think that was the right price, wasn't it, Debbie? About 35,000.
Okay.
all right.
Okay. Now, whilst we're on, okay, I'd actually put an F in there, but I didn't get it to all of you because my understanding is that one of the commissioners wants to make a proposal about T hangar building on the old 20 runway side.
Come here,
So
come
I think that was
Say hi.
Mr. Liberatore or Mr.
Yeah.
Raymond.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Yeah, so last month's meeting, I proposed to have this on the agenda for this month. But I'm inclined to go to City Hall and ask the council for monies to put in T hangers. You know, T hangers come in different shapes and lengths. I don't know what space is available to us, but depending on how much space we have and what we think our market potential is to fill these places is something I'd like to pursue. So
I
is
see.
that in the green
just-
area?
Can I just say, I sent this all to you to show you the space that was available. So if
Yeah.
you guys have looked at your emails, you'll see that that's on your email chain. And there is enough definitely to get, I had Nick kindly, accepted that he'd do this and he got Eve to do it. And there's plenty of space there to put in equivalent hangars. There's 59 hangars in the current area. And we could get the equivalent to that, if not more, in the space that we've got available.
How long do you think it would take us to be, let's say, at 50% rental capacity?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, let's say we put in 50 T hanger spaces.
Right.
Do you think it would take us 5 years to fill half of them, or we just have to wait and see, or build
There's-
20 at a time?
Well, I think that the sensible thing to do would to be build 20 at a time to see what the reaction is.
Yeah,
But there's not one day goes by, seriously, that I do not get a call asking for hangar space.
yeah,
People want to come to Fitchburg now. And when this magazine gets out there, we're going to be inundated with phone calls, I believe.
yeah,
So I think 20 is sensible. I mean, they're all modular designs now, as you know. And to be quite honest, I have the old design that Andy Liebfried had. And we could just give that to an architect and say, do this exactly the same. So no investigation, nothing. All the sizes are there, everything.
Does each tenant have our own individual electric meter?
Yes, they do.
So the electrical portion of this building is pretty extensive as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, again, this could be an RFQ, couldn't it? An RFP,
Yeah, but we have to convey to Mary exactly what we want. I mean, is
Yeah.
this going to be insulated? Is it going to be a concrete floor? Is it going to be divided doors, rolling doors? 60 amp meter at each bay, or is it 30 amps each? Do you know?
They're 30.
They're 30s, okay.
Yes. The doors would be similar to what we have at the moment, the bifold door. They work perfectly. I mean, the hangars have been built, I think, about 18 to 20 years now,
Yeah,
and they're still working fine. I mean, my hangar's perfect. You know,
Yeah.
never have any trouble with it. The only hangars that are insulated are the heated ones, obviously. So we could do 10 heated, 10 not heated. And my hangar's in between two heated hangars, and they pay for the oil where I get the heat. So I don't need heated in mine. So my plane stays nice and warm without having to pay the expense.
yeah.
So
Peter, shouldn't we look at a feasibility study of some kind to address the concerns that Mr. Raymond has? I mean, you know, everything mapped out. This is what you're gonna need, you know?
Yeah.
And then provide that to the procurement officer, and it makes her life a lot easier, you know?
absolutely, it does.
Yeah, so, I mean, that, of course, it's always an added cost, but it's the way it goes today, you know? So that might be the way you address those questions.
Right. But it is, I mean, it's an investment for the city because,
Oh,
Once you-
absolutely. I think it's
one-
great.
you
Yeah,
know, I mean, once you get somebody in there, $450 a month,
yeah,
you know, and that's what the current ones are paying.
yeah.
So,
Okay,
okay.
good.
So we want to go forward with a feasibility study, or we want to talk about that some more, or what are we doing here?
Does this feasibility study, is that just to see, like, to find out the cost of this hangar, to find out the electrical expense of the putting electricity in these
Yeah.
hangars?
Yeah,
Or you want us to try to find a market market potential for them?
I think you're gonna do two things. You find a market potential, number two, and you're gonna package it up so that anybody that has to deal with it on the city level has the whole package.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking about, Mr. Mayor? Okay,
I'm muted. Yes, that is.
now that's what we need to do. So I think we need to do the feasibility study moving forward.
All right, well, who could do that for us and do a good job? And is that gonna cost us 10 grand?
Well, that's gonna cost you some money. Yeah.
Yeah,
But again, if you want to do it properly, yeah. So Ms. Delaney can help with that, certainly. She can put us in the right direction. But I think that's where you start anyway. You start with Mary Delaney, because she knows that world better than all of us. So she can be very, very helpful. I mean, I'm saying feasibility study, maybe we don't need that. Maybe we need something, I don't know, an engineering study. Is that different from what you're talking about, Rich? I don't know. What's the electrical amperage? What is the, what kind of a, structure in general? I don't know.
That can be combined in it, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah,
Combined, yeah.
okay.
Could I just say something? Mary Jo
But
put something
Mary's
up
the
on,
person to talk to. Yeah.
Mary Jo just put something up on the screen that makes a lot of sense. Mary Jo, would
Okay.
you like to do that again?
I unmuted myself. Can you
Yeah.
hear me? Yes?
Go ahead.
So Peter and I haven't had a chance to chat about it yet. And so some of you board members may or may not know about an ongoing program that the Commonwealth, through the Commonwealth's agency called Mass Development, it's their economic development agency. It's called Site Readiness. And the city has been the recipient of 2 rounds of grant funding. It's grant funding. And they're very focused on industrial lands of different types for different purposes. They're extremely flexible on the types of studies or analysis that they can fund. What they want to do is help industrial lands to realize their full potential. Now, you have a unique tract of land and you also have some unique needs. But Mass Development has already been working just across the street from your facility, actually. And so I was in conversation with our key contact there because they have an open round right now. And it will be, they're taking applications, and I asked if they might consider, and I didn't know, I don't know if Peter and you all are thinking this might be helpful, but we have had very good experience ourselves with the type of consultant analyses that they have funded. And so it's just something to think about. I'd be happy to talk with Peter more about it. But, and it's, you know, you can think about the kinds of studies that you need. They do engineering work. I mean, they themselves are not doing it. They're hiring the consultants and funding that. But I think this airport is a unique asset. So I think that it would be something the Commonwealth will continue to be very interested in. And then you have this tract of land. And there could be uses on this tract of land that will help further support the airport asset. And it just seemed like it might be an opportunity. And I'd be more than happy to continue to talk with Peter about it if you like.
Okay, I think that's the way to go.
MJ, I didn't know you were on. Thank God. Thank you.
In the background, in the shadows.
You. Nice job. Nice catch, as they say in
Well,
the
Yes,
that's why I
it's a
was
nice catch.
athletic world.
So
Yeah.
Mary Jo, you and Peter get together and talk about this?
We're gonna
That's
meet
right.
up on Monday just I need the grand tour. It's been a little while since you've done so much to the property. And so he's gonna walk me around and we will talk more at that time about this site readiness program. I have experience at having put together our prior applications for the program. So in that sense, you all, or you know, the staff and others wouldn't have to necessarily, you know, take time out of things to do that. The key is to find out, and I'm not as knowledgeable yet about your airport master plan. And that's where I need to get up to speed and hear from you all what you're doing. But I just think that why not keep Mass Development engaged in some of the things going on in Fitchburg? They seem very pleased with what we've been up to elsewhere. And you have a unique tract of land. It just seems like it might be an opportunity.
Okay. Well, looking forward to hear the results of the meeting with Peter.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary Jo.
Can I just add a comment there, please?
Sure.
My plate is overflowing already.
Okay.
I have no problems whatsoever with taking this on with Mary Jo, but I would like to make a proposal that one of the commissioners takes this on as an action point. Like we did in the past, where we identified somebody to do a specific job.
Okay.
Because, you know, I'm overflowing. I really am.
Sounds like a job for Rich Raymond, as far as I'm concerned. I
Agree,
think-
Mr. Mayor. Yeah.
Well, you know, as long as I can, you know, contact the mayor's office and Mary Jo anytime after 6 p.m., that'd be good.
You can contact me anytime you want. You know that, Oval.
Yeah, Richard, were you willing to take this on?
Yes, I can.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Rich.
do that.
Appreciate it. Okay, moving on along. Go to old business. Oh, this first item is really good. Geese and deer.
Yes, we had a preponderance of geese on the airport. They don't want to move. They fly into the airport because we've got a beautiful new runway.
Yeah.
They don't use that to land on, but they do migrate there at night.
What about the cannon?
Because the actual runway retains the heat and everywhere else is cold. So they go and settle on the runway.
Yeah.
So we managed to get a free cannon from the United States Department of Agriculture. And it's not to shoot them, it's just to make a noise to blow them away. So and
Yeah, I'm muted, but I have to unmute to laugh.
it's working. We still have deer on the runway,
Really?
even though we did repair the fence. And we do really need that new fence that is going to be on the airport master plan going forward. So I just wanted to make comment there that, you know, we are addressing, and it did make the paper, so, which is a good thing.
S2 box repair.
Okay, box repair, that was all done successfully. We contacted MassDOT Aeronautics and they are actually paying the $5,200 that we spent on having that done.
Okay.
So that was a free grant. We filled the form in, we've sent it off to them. They've come back saying, yes, we're going to do this, but they didn't give me a date when we're going to receive the money. So that's that. The S2 box, because it's security, they actually took it on, which is good for us. So that saved us
Good.
$5,000.
That's good.
So
Okay, super. consultant selection, item C.
Yeah, that was done today. The pre-selection was done. It was a good meeting. We had 7 people in attendance. Gail obviously was one of them. It lasted 25 minutes. We have a number of questions to answer. Everybody will get the answers that attended the meeting. And then I think it's November the 10th when all the submissions need to be in by. And I know, Armand, you're working on that, correct? You're on mute, Armand. You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Okay.
the answer is yes, we are working on that.
Okay, excellent. So that's moving forwards well. And we need the airport master plan worked on because we can't do anything with the development of the airport until that's completed. So, okay.
Yearly badge fee, including.
Yeah, I just put that on there because the week after next, we're going to start implementing that with the businesses.
Mhm.
So they'll get a little bit of a shock, but we're doing the same as every other airport in Massachusetts.
That's
And we've had people leave us, as you know, when we had the shutdown, and they went to Nashua, and they thought nothing about paying $80 for a badge. Our badge is $10. So, you know, we've got an answer for them if they say, no, we're not paying it. Okay, well, don't get on the airport then. I'll just stop them getting in. You know?
Peter, do they know this is coming?
Sorry?
Do they know this is going to happen?
I have spoken to certain people, yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm writing a letter and sending it out to them.
All right.
So, okay.
Okay, item E, fill commission member vacancy.
Yeah, that's still open.
Okay.
Unless, Mr. Mayor, you've had any.
Peter, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, I've been, believe me, I've been asleep at the switch on this one. I'm sorry. The person, there was someone who was interested, correct?
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
One person got turned down though because they weren't in the city.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to see the person that's
You
really
know, I don't
interested.
know, Peter, I don't know if that's, we had that same situation today. And my aide, Joan David, is looking into it. I'm not sure. I mean, it's preferred that you be a resident,
Right.
but I'm not sure. We're searching to see if that's the case. You know, where you have to be a resident to be on a board or commission. I would probably guess you don't, but again, we need some determination, some finding. Patrick, you're on. Maybe make that a to-do tomorrow with Joan. Is Peter, forward me that person's, I think you got that person's resume or something?
No, I'll have to find it. I'll have to
Yeah,
find it.
I'm sorry.
I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Well, maybe Joan may have it. So
All right,
Patrick,
okay.
I'm gonna check with her tomorrow, and if we can if we can make this kind of an appointment without the person being a resident, we certainly will do that. Let's and if anyone has someone that they know that's local that would have an interest, please let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we just talked about this. F Hangar 10 update, Nagel Aircraft.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we talked about that already. Okay, rent abatement during construction shutdown.
Yeah, we've actually done no abatements to the businesses,
Okay,
and they've all paid.
you've all paid, okay.
Yes. So I think we can take that off the agenda now.
Yep. Let's scratch it, okay. Finance interest charge.
Yeah, that's being applied as of the 1st of November, and all the people that own money, we contacted them and told them that of the 1st of November, there's going to be interest charged on what they owed. And you know what?
What?
They've all paid their bills.
Isn't that amazing?
Isn't it just, huh?
Funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing, you know? Okay, it works in other businesses, why can't it work for us, right?
Yeah.
Drones,
After COVID.
after COVID, okay. Solar farm,
We're actually waiting on Mary. I sent her 2 emails now. We have a company that wants to go ahead as advised by AJ.
Yeah.
And I said, look, I can't let you go ahead because this may have to go out to bid. And Mary's looking to see if it has to go out to bid or not, or whether she allows us to go with this one solar company that actually has already done 2 projects for the city and they're operating and running. So I'm just waiting for a response from Mary on that.
Refresh my memory again, Peter. What are they gonna pay us for this? Huh?
Sorry?
What are they gonna pay us for?
It was
Okay.
something like 200,000 a year.
Yeah. All right. I thought it was a number like that, but I couldn't quite remember. Okay. That's great. Financial review, approval of commitments and abatements.
Okay. Okay, the actual commitments were $21,653.53. So that's already ongoing now.
Okay.
I actually signed the documents, as you can see.
Yeah,
Okay. They usually come to you guys, but I mean, if you're happy with me doing this, that's fine. But because we're on COVID and we can't get them to you, I thought, well, or it was Debbie's suggestion that we sign it and get it through.
yeah, that's fine.
Is that okay with everybody?
That's fine. I have no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Fuel sales.
Folks, those commitments, Peter, those go to Calvin
Yes.
Brooks ultimately. Good.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Fuel sales, Peter.
Okay, because we've got so much going on, honestly, it's just unbelievable. So what Debbie and I discussed today was, well, look, let's make a start on this. Let's compare this last month, September, with September 2019. Good comparison, month to month.
Sure.
So basically on the jet fuel, we sold 6 times more fuel this last month than we did in 2019.
6 times.
6 times more. So
Nice.
with respect to the 100 LL, we're 25% up on what we were last year on this month. And this also includes the self-serve fuel farm. And the self-serve fuel farm we checked out, and there are people coming in here at night, 7
Really?
o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, filling up, which is the whole intention, to get the self-serve fuel farm working.
Good.
So
Wow,
it's working well. It's
That's-
working well.
that's super.
Okay.
And we had talked earlier, Peter, and I'll say this in front of everybody, we had talked earlier about getting in front of the city council and bringing the mayor, suggested we do it also. And anytime you want, I talked to Mike Ishmarik the other day, and he said, just let me know when you want to come on, and he'll get us on the city council meeting to project forward what's been going on with our airport and get a couple of those naysayers to shut up, putting it bluntly.
Yeah.
That's the only way I know how to go.
Yeah.
You know? So if you and I can get together, I can get the mic. Mike said for me to give him a call and, take it from
It'll have to
there.
be a Zoom meeting, won't it? So
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, manager's operation report.
I think we've done it.
Yeah, I think you have.
To be honest, we've covered everything.
You did.
One thing that you didn't on your financial review, you didn't include the rent there, but
Oh, yeah, rent, yeah.
we'd already gone over that, and
Yep.
basically everybody's paid, and things continue to get better.
Okay.
So, it was a little bit uncomfortable at the start when we started pushing people, but if they rent, they've got to pay.
Yep, exactly.
So that's the attitude that we've used, and it's working.
Yeah.
So
Everything's going good out there. It's
right.
a
Well,
lot
we are doing that
to
with
this team right here.
as well.
Yeah.
Even Twin City, because he saw what was happening with Hangar 10 and Joseph Nagel, he came up with a list of things that he thought should be done. We went and had a look, and they did need to be done, and they have been done. So everybody's happy. Everybody's happy.
the feather in your hat, and Debbie, you're doing a good job out there. You and your crew are doing a good job.
Got a good crew.
Yeah, I know you do. But the leaders are doing their job, which makes it a lot easier for everybody else.
I
Since
agree.
you- Since you've taken over, Peter, look what's happened.
Yeah,
at that.
I've aged 20 years in 10 months.
How do you feel about another 5 years? Okay. Our next meeting will be October 28th.
No.
No?
I sent out revised. It's November the 18th.
I didn't see that. All right.
November the
October
18th.
the 18th at 6 PM.
Yes, sir.
No executive session is required. I have a special request. Mr. Mayor, could you stick around for a couple of minutes? I have something I want to show you as per an earlier request of mine.
Sure.
All right? Everyone else, anybody else anticipate or look for a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Any?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved.
Good night. Thank you, everybody.
Pleasure meeting everyone.
Patrick, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
If I can do anything for anybody, please let me know.
Oh, please, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
You'll know, Patrick. You'll know.
I'm happy to take any meeting that anybody wants to take in an airplane. I'm happy to. Let me know. We'll go.
Okay.
I don't have one, but you know.
When
Want to go to
COVID's
Hawaii
gone-
perhaps?
when COVID's
Sure,
gone-
let's do it.
when COVID's gone, that can be arranged.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
good night,
Good
everyone.
night, everyone.